In the heart of the Delaware River, a landscape steeped in mystery and history unravels before our eyes. This is Finn's Point, a place where the boundaries between states and time itself seem to blur. Here, New Jersey and Delaware have grappled over land ownership for centuries, a dispute rooted in an agreement made by William Penn and King Charles II. The peculiar 12-mile circle around Newcastle, Delaware, set the stage for a geographical oddity that still persists. The question, why does Delaware own the land, can be traced back to that very agreement, which extended the Delaware colony's border beyond the middle of the river, up to the low tide line of New Jersey's shore. The effects of this decision continue to reverberate throughout the centuries, with New Jersey losing 3 separate Supreme Court battles over autonomy in the area. The boundary cork and land reclamation process, which involves dumping dredge spoils from the river by the United States Army Corps of Engineers, only further muddy the already complex situation. The seemingly tranquil landscape of Finn's Point belies a past marked by conflict and human suffering. Just across the river, the imposing Fort Delaware looms large over the water, a stark reminder of the inhumane conditions that Confederate prisoners of war endured during the Civil War. This Union fortress, which once housed thousands of Confederate prisoners, became known as Andersonville of the North due to its appalling conditions, disease, and overcrowding. Finn's Point National Cemetery is the final resting place for many of the prisoners. A solemn Confederate monument towers above the cemetery, etched with the names of 2,436 Southern soldiers who perished within the walls of Fort Delaware. In this small corner of New Jersey, the air is heavy with the weight of tragic past, the land's ownership only adding to the eerie atmosphere. Yet, the cemetery holds more than just the memories of a long-forgotten war. It is also home to the graves of 13 German World War II Nazi soldiers, some of whom were Russian turncoats. Their white marble headstones, standing in sharp contrast to the surrounding greenery, reveal a tangled history of shifting allegiances and the brutal consequences of war. The abandoned caretaker's cottage, the site of a grisly murder in 1997, only further accentuates Finn Point's unsettling aura. Serial killer Andrew Cunanan claimed the life of the cemetery caretaker William Reese, adding yet another layer of darkness to the already haunted grounds, before continuing his spree, which culminated in the assassination of the renowned fashion designer Gianni Versace. Today, Finn's Point remains an obscure destination, far from the beaten path of tourists and history enthusiasts. But for those who venture into this wild landscape, a story of borders, war, and untold suffering unfolds like a melancholic symphony, echoing through the meadow of grass and whispering along the banks of the Delaware River. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows over the graves of soldiers and the ruins of Fort Delaware, Finn's Point serves as a somber reminder of our nation's turbulent past. Here, where the river meets the shore, the forces of history and nature intertwine, creating a place unlike any other. In this place, the ghosts of soldiers, prisoners, and a murdered caretaker continue to roam, forever bound to a land whose ownership has been contested since the days of William Penn and King Charles II.